Look at him. He can't even bring himself to look at me. He just stands there, staring off forever. Because, because what? Because I do a Pokemon Nuzlocke? Because I have sentenced these Pokemon to death in my quest for badges as I talk about my life. And because of that, Blue Hat Man will not look me in the eye. He ignores every word I say. Well, at least we can communicate through battles. What the fuck was that? Hey, yeah, it's a Nuzlocke vlogs. I'm talking about like my life and stuff while I'm doing a Nuzlocke vlog. And why was that? Why is it so slow right now? That's weird. What? My computer's plugged in, but it isn't charging, and that's gonna affect the battery life. So I'm gonna adjust the frame rate, and hopefully that'll get better performance. I don't fucking know. How's it going? I'm Casey Jarms. I make YouTube videos sometimes. Oh, I just got done doing is. Oh no, that's too slow. What I just got done doing is writing the 12th part of Torchbearers, this series I do that is uh, a D&D story epic in 14 parts, I'm thinking. And this one ended up being the longest part that I ever wrote, but I wanted it all to be in one episode because it has similar themes throughout and ends in a very good place. And oh no, someone almost killed Riley's Lucario. Who could do such a horrible thing? Actually, if his Lucario dies, then I get double teamed, so I should probably not. On the other hand, I have to train Railsin, and Earthquake's my only good stab move. Hmm. I am faced with a conundrum. A real bad conundrum. Well, I guess the only thing to do is continue killing my partner's Pokemon because I think that's funny. Like I used to as a kid, like every time you get in one of these double battles, to try and kill my partner's Pokemon as quickly as possible because I just thought that was the funniest shit, especially when it's with Lance in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver because he has this big beefy Dragonite, and like you know what, I'm pretty sure that thing's underleveled to be a Dragonite. I think you're cheating, and your Dragonite needs to be Ice Beamed, and then I will take on two at one. Maybe I'll do that when I do Soul Silver, which will be the next game I do in this series. But yeah, working on Torchbearers. This is going to be a long one. And I say long one, it'll be like 22, 23 minutes, but that's the longest in the series so far. They're normally about 15. But I'm excited. I think this one will be very good. And then for the end of the year, I have to do two more parts of Torchbearers. And also on Halloween, I'm doing a video I'm going to call an RPG horror story. And it's not going to be Torchbearers because there are no RPG horror stories from that campaign because I'm not the type of guy who gets written about an RPG. At least I hope not. I've never done anything that I can think of that would be RPG horror story material. Like, I think I'm a decent DM and don't make my players uncomfortable and stuff. I don't know. So I'm going to do that, and then two more parts of Torchbearers, and then that miniseries will be done. And what else do I have the rest of this year? Oh, right, I have to finish making Day of Apotheosis. I don't know if I'll get that done. I mean, I have, at this point, everything but the true ending, the true ending quest line done, which is good. But it's buggy as hell, and uh, has like several weeks of bug testing, and then it's a long epilogue. It's a long ending to the game, this true ending. It has like four mini dungeons with multiple bosses and then a big final boss, and there's a ton of dialogue, and that'll be a lot of work, and I don't know if I'll make the deadline, especially because I'm gonna be working on that Disney video. Which Disney princesses deserve the guillotine? And I'm surprisingly close to being done with watching them. Writing, I still have a bunch to write, but what I still have to watch is only Frozen, Frozen 2, the Frozen short films, Moana, and Raya and the Last Dragon. Those are all I have left. I'm very close to having watched a bunch of Disney movies. And gotta say, the last one I watched was Ralph Breaks the Internet, and that is a boomer ass movie. That is. That feels like a slightly better version of the Emoji Movie, which is quite possibly the most insulting thing anyone has ever said about a film. Like, I think it's better than the Emoji Movie, but not a lot better. It feels like it's half. It feels like it's a mix between the Emoji Movie, Wreck-It Ralph 1, which was a good movie, and Space Jam: A New Legacy, like Space Jam 2. It was very much a Space Jam 2 movie, where, like, I'm pretty sure. No, it was Ready Player One. I said this about in the July video essay, but then I said Warner Brothers has made this exact film 3 times, and then I flashed Space Jam 2 and the Lego Batman movie. Even though the Lego Batman movie is good, but it is the same movie. It serves the same purpose as a movie as Space Jam 2 and Wreck-It Ralph, where it's what I said in the video essay is it is a movie for investors, where it has a scene where it just shows on screen, just in bold text, Disney owns the Muppets and Marvel and Star Wars and Disney Princess, all of which are profitable fan bases. Please raise our stock price. And just stop in the movie to say, please raise our stock price, is something you never want to do in a movie. Lego Batman 2, the Lego Batman movie, is the only movie that's done that has been watchable. And the other thing about Wreck-It Ralph, when it isn't just like, please give us investor money, we is good, we own all the profitable franchises. Like, when it isn't being like that, a lot of it is it being like, ooh, it's a movie about the internet, cool, but like it's someone who vaguely used the internet 10 years ago's view of what the internet is, and it just feels like, God, when I was a kid, there were so many, like, whoa, this is the episode where we're being trendy in this cartoon, so it's about people making viral videos, and they're always terrible. They're always bland and unfunny, and so are all of the videos Wreck-It Ralph makes in that movie, and just a bunch of lame jokes that don't land is Wreck-It Ralph 2. And, like, I think, because Wreck-It Ralph 1 also had a lot of, like, cameos of things, and a lot of, like, pre-existing properties, but I think the reason it works better is I like Street Fighter more than I like Google. Like, people have fond memories and appreciation for video games, for pieces of media. There are pieces of art featured, and I do think video games are art. There are pieces of art that get referenced in Wreck-It Ralph that people are like, yeah, I remember that because that was a good piece of art that was instrumental in shaping me as a person. But by contrast, what they do in Wreck-It Ralph 2 is like, hey, remember Pinterest? And I don't know, I don't really feel anything towards Pinterest. I feel things towards things that have been featured on Pinterest. Well, towards things that were stolen from Tumblr and Reddit and 4chan that were featured on Pinterest, more accurately, because, Pinterest sucks. But, like, there are parts of the internet that I have nostalgia for and that I love, but it isn't the specific social media websites. It's the things that were featured on that. It's like if Wreck-It Ralph featured no video games and just featured, like, whoa, it's an Atari 2600 and an NES. No games. We're featuring no characters from the games, but what we are featuring is the names of the brands that are associated with games. Anyway, the point is, I don't think Wreck-It Ralph 2 is very good, especially when compared to the first one. Like, I mean, the stuff in, like, the GTA, Mad Max, MMO type game, that was fun. Hey, the sequel to the movie about video games turns out to be best when it's about video games. This is shocking. Um, but yeah, Wreck-It Ralph 2 wasn't that great, and that's the last one I watched. But Wreck-It Ralph was good. I enjoyed Wreck-It Ralph, like that climax, like the where he's like accepts that he's a bad guy and he like sacrifices himself for Vanellope. Oh, that's good. Ah, anyway, only a few more Disney movies to watch, and then I gotta finish writing a very long essay. But it was smart, and I have been writing it throughout the year, and I've got it like more than 30,000 words done. Yeah. Speaking of video essays, I've got to write that essay. I I don't know how long this one will be. I don't think it'll be as long as April's Homestuck essay, because that one was talking about 6 characters, and this one is talking about 3 characters and the themes of them. This I think it'll be good. I This week I finished doing all the required reading so I can jog my memory and know what to talk about in my Homestuck essay. Yes, I read through all of the Dave stuff and all of the Dirk stuff and all of the Dave Sprite stuff. Striders, you know? Fucking Striders. There is something wrong with that family. It's just. Oh, but they're such interesting and well written characters. And also the reason I want to make a video about Dave Strider, besides, it fits into one of my Homestuck videos where I talk about a lot of the themes of narrative and destiny that permeate throughout Homestuck. Uh, Dave's arc. You know what's good about Dave's arc? It's an actual arc that has a satisfying conclusion, and you're like, hey, that's a really low bar, but I can think of like a dozen Homestuck characters whose arcs just kind of don't go anywhere. Like Dave, I like Dave's arc because it is built up throughout the comic, and it has a very clear ending that is satisfying to it. Like, it isn't like fucking Jake. The last thing he ever says is, or actually, I think he says something at the tea party. But one of the last thing, what we're left with Jake is him saying like, I guess I'll just stop interacting with people ever because I don't know how to be a good friend. And okay, no, you're not going to move past that and grow as a person. Nope, that's just how it ends for you, Jake. That's a shame, Jake, because I kind of like you, Jake. I I didn't really like Jake when I was younger and first read Homestuck, but every time I reread Homestuck, parts of it for to write a video essay on it, I am reminded of how good Jake English is as a character. Like he's just such a fucking idiot, and he talks like an old man. And I just love that bit where he sees Mina, who is a clone of one of the main villains, and concludes, "Ah, I must have accidentally traveled back in time somehow." And Dirk says, "What the fuck are you talking about?" "No, you haven't. You have not traveled through time. That's not what's going on." "Silence, Dirk! I'm gonna beat her to death and save the future. Tally ho!" And just, he's so fucking dumb. He's so fucking dumb. It's stupid that every single person on the planet wants to fuck Jake English, but he's so fucking dumb, and I like that. And he's a nice guy, and he doesn't mean to be the worst. I like Jake English. And just when he powers up, and just how that is portrayed is him just endlessly shouting Jakeisms. That's nice. And Homestuck, the Homestuck epilogues were mean to Jake, which I'll talk about when I make that Homestuck epilogues video. Like, the fact that the Homestuck epilogues part of their premise is Dirk and Jane act like fucking assholes and treat everyone terribly. Man, Jake is the intersection of that and I don't know who treats him worse. Poor Jake. But yeah, I gotta write that this week so I can, make the video essay. And of course, work on Day of Apotheosis and work on my job. And did I say this last week, what I'm doing at my job right now? Because I've been very busy at my day job where I work as a reporter because the election's coming up. And you're like, hey, hold on, this isn't an election year. And yeah, it fucking is. Every year is an election year. An odd number of years is where you get a bunch of local elections, like mayors and city councils and stuff, and maybe pay attention to that. A lot of school board people I've had to interview. A lot of people running for school boards, and maybe pay attention to who's running for your school boards, because I haven't had to deal with this, but there are people who run for school boards who are like, I want to be on the school board so I can ensure my kids know that gay people must be exterminated to create a Christian ethnic state. And people are like, yes, I'm not going to pay any attention to that. I want this person being in charge of our children. And that is how you get mass book bannings like we are seeing in the United States. To be fair, there was one person I interviewed who was like, I think we need to get rid of the agendas and like just strong agendas that people on the school board have. Could you be more specific? No, I could not. I refuse. But I want you to know that I want to stop the agendas on the school board and make it about the kids. And man, you are either completely fine or like the worst. And I don't know which. So, hey, hope you're not the worst. But anyway, what I'm doing for my job is I have to interview all of these people. I have to interview so many people. Dozens of people, because I cover a whole county with a bunch of small towns. And turns out, people get really, really pissed and angry. Like, it seems that around 500 to 700 people is the range where you get people the most mad about how a city is being run. Because, like, at 2,000 people, like, the city gets things worked out, because if it didn't get things worked out, it could not function as a city. And at, like, 100 people, doesn't matter how it's run because there isn't really much going on. But at, like, 500 people, you get the most furious people on the planet about local government and how it is run, and how the current mayor is a dictator who must be dethroned to return power to the people. That is a genuine thing that I have been told. And I mean, I saw that coming, you killed yourself. And I mean, the sad thing is, I mean, I wouldn't say dictator, but the person who is saying, isn't that wrong? Because small towns, like, that's the thing. A lot of people, like, I live in a small town. A lot of people in, like, small towns in these areas, like, kind of put themselves on the pedestal, like, we're the highest form of humanity. Things are just great in these small towns, and city slickers don't get it. That's nice and peaceful, and everyone knows each other and has each other's back. There are so many fucking assholes in small towns. Kind people. So many kind people. People who would give you the shirt off their back. And also, really, really big assholes. So many assholes. Do not underestimate how many assholes you can find in the average small town. This is a troubling battle. I am actually going to check Iron Island to see if that Staraptor has close combat, because that determines who I switch in. Really, probably in hindsight, bad that I killed... Oh, good, you don't have movesets. You don't have movesets. If I take out the Curlia, it's a one-on-one. So I'm going to take out the Curlia. Yeah. This is bad. This battle is not good. The other thing I've had to do for my job is go through all of my work for the past year and find out what to submit to the Iowa Newspaper Association Awards, because that looks good and is good for my career. If I win things, and I got second place in a thing last year, and I'm a better writer than that. But also, we moved up a readership category, so I have stiffer competition this year. No, not COVID. Please, do not kill COVID. He is my 19th favorite Pokemon. I don't kill COVID-19 or her or okay, okay. Just gonna go to Railsin, and you're going to not kill Railsin. Yep, I was smart. I considered going to Magnezone, but I was smart. Good, good. And now your defense is low. Oh, this could have been bad, but I fix things. I'm gonna go Crunch because I don't want the recoil damage when I'm already low. And Iron Island just takes a while to get through. I thought I was gonna be able to fight Byron today, but I don't think so. Okay, that's done. I think we just have the. Well, wait. There's the hippopotamus. Oh God, how many levels is COVID gonna get? Stop leveling. Is there enough to get it to 19? Is there enough for COVID-19? Please, please, COVID 6, COVID 7. Only COVID 7. This is a ripoff. This is stupid. Boycotting this game because it is dumb. Cool. Yeah, go Maniacs. Find a Switch too. So you know what I did the past couple days as I was driving, because I have to drive a lot for my job? I re-listened to one of my favorite weird podcasts, which is called Till Death Do We Blart, which is just, it's a crossover between The Worst Idea of All Time and My Brother and Me, and the concept is each year they get together and they review Paul Blart 2. And you know, what I remembered was that it started off normal, and then the really weird stuff came as as the podcast went on. After, wow, we've had to review the same film 5 times. Let's just get weird with them. Let's speculate that actually Paul Blart is a Job-like figure who has been cursed by God to be tortured by the Shadow Man, a dark god, an evil figure who is the man who plays the piano during the Garden of Contemplation scene, also laying as a ghost. And as it turns out, that's not like what they did in 5. They got to that shit in 1. They're just fucking weirdos. And I mean, it's the funniest shit. I love the Shadow Man jokes from Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. But also, wow, it did not take them. Wait a minute. I have levitate on KKE. It did not take them long to start speculating that Paul Blart is immortal and cannot die, but craves death because it's the only thing that can set him free from his hellish existence. That is being Paul Blart Mall Cop, is his full name. Those Paul Blart memes were funny. People should bring them back, sort of expand Dong style Paul Blart memes. I like those. Okay. Okay, and now I think we just have the Galactic Grunts, and then I can get out of this long dungeon, and oh, I missed an item. I will go back for it off screen, because I want to end this. Okay. Alright, I forgot there was a plot here that the Pokemon are aggravated because of Team Galactic, but Pokemon are always aggravated in these games. Pokemon are just assholes who, like, jump out and attack people and act like jerks. That's how Pokemon works in the Pokemon series. Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Can the mic pick up me mashing the B button? Because that's what I'm doing. I could never do Sun and Moon in this Nuzlocke vlog series, but I might have to, assuming this goes on for long enough. But I don't want to sit through all those cutscenes. Like I don't replay that game because it's just so many cutscenes, endless cutscenes, which are honestly, it's one of the better random Pokemon games. I enjoyed it in my first playthrough, but it gets worse in subsequent playthroughs. I don't know. Also, you know what I just realized? Something I've been thinking about lately is I've decided I want to make another game after a day of apotheosis, and that's not really a revelation. I always wanted to work in the games industry, and I couldn't find work in the games industry. But then along came a very nice reporter job that I enjoy a lot, so I just took that job and I stopped looking for jobs in the games industry, and instead I've made Day of Apotheosis, this game I've been working on for a year and a half as a side project, just because I like making games, but I'm not doing it professionally and don't can't dedicate full time to it. But anyway, the idea for Day of Apotheosis came when I was writing my first Homestuck video essay, and as I'm writing my third Homestuck video essay right now, I got an idea for another video game that I want to make. And is something about Homestuck? Is there something about Homestuck that makes you come up with ideas for video games? I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know a lot. What else is going on in my life? I have to cancel. I don't know why I'm telling you this because it doesn't affect you, but I normally do a Sunday D&D game, and I have to cancel this week because I have to go to a funeral, which is very sad. And the thing is, my players are like, "Ooh, we can do a one shot," and they start talking about this one shot, and I'm like, "I want to go to the one shot in my D&D game that they're doing without me because I'm going to a funeral. This sucks, especially because a person is dead, but also, like, that's the main reason it sucks, but it also sucks because I want to play D&D. Well, I came across as very unsympathetic as I said that. I was saying it as a joke though, which means you can't criticize me. I learned from the people who I hate when I make video essays on them. And now, I believe it's just the exit now. Like, you head forward, you go to the exit, and do you really care about me walking back to Canalave? Like, you don't. You don't. Oh, I have to go back to get the egg. It's a trying time, and I want the egg. Just send it. Okay, wait here, Riley. Riley, wait here forever with that egg, and I will come back for it. I swear, I can come back for the egg, and then we can continue Silver Age Silver Screen. Okay, we're gonna bring the podcast back. Just you and me, Riley. Just hold on to that egg in this trying time.